Hello, I'm Davia Chambers with Let's Talk Tobago. My location today may very well mesmerize you. I'm at the glorious Villa Carpathia located on Jacoma in Mount Irving. We'll see a slice of heaven as we head inside and we learn where the name Carpathia comes from. Plus, it's been a busy week for news. Take a look at what's ahead. What Tobago got in the national budget. We'll tell you how the business and the tourism sectors feel about this island's allocation, and Tobago is in Japan. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. Welcome back. Remember the Titanic? It was the famous British passenger ship that sank in 1912 after hitting an iceberg. Well, Carpathia, this villa's name, was the steamship that rescued survivors from the Titanic. Now let's talk about Tobago's rescue and how it survives this next fiscal year. Keyshawn Wilson outlines what Tobago gets from the national budget.
The island received $2.772 billion out of the $63 billion that the central government intends to use to run the country for this fiscal year. Out of that sum, just over $2 billion has been allocated to recurrent expenditure, $404 million for capital expenditure, and $23 million for the unemployment relief program.
This budgetary allocation of $2.772 billion is equivalent to 4.4% of the national budget. This is significantly above the minimum legal level established by the Dispute Resolution Commission, and more in percentage terms than Tobago received under the previous administration. We do not believe in slavish adherence to the minimum possible allocation to Tobago.
Minister Imbert also endorsed the Tobago House of Assembly's vision for the island, saying the central government's decisions for this island will be guided by the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, something the Chief Secretary has been clamoring for. Against this background, funding will be approved for a new cargo port at the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park, the long-awaited police stations at Old Grange and Roxborough, fire stations in Roxborough and Corland, a new airport terminal, 2 new fast ferries, and a police unit within the THA, and
the housing needs of Tobago will be met through an accelerated and adequately funded housing program to bridge the gap between demand and supply. Land titles in Tobago will be regularized. An integrated water security and solid waste management program will be developed and implemented. Educational infrastructure will be upgraded at all levels.
But that's not all.
In addition, Tobago will receive a further $1.13 billion in direct expenditure through the central government.
Chief Secretary Ovid London says he's heartened by the signals being sent by the central government.
When you look at the economic situation, I think that we did receive a fair share of the national cake. But it's also about the partnership that is now developing between the Tobago House of Assembly and the central government.
The work must now be done to bring those visions into actuality. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
I'm Davia Chambers at the British Caribbean-styled Villa Carpathia. It was designed by Michael Durham and built by architect Ian Morrison. Note that the walls throughout are made from coral stone imported from Barbados. In our next stories, we report on what Tobago's share of the national budget means to different sectors of our population. The private sector had a few things to say. Were they all good things? Have a look.
It wasn't at the $6 billion the THA requested, but the allocation exceeds the legal minimum the Assembly has had to settle for over the last 5 years. It's also money the Tobago division of the Business Chamber hopes will be well spent. Its president hopes some of it will go towards the improvement of the labor force on the island, a move that will assist in developing the private sector.
Tobago was granted, I suspect, maybe what Tobago asked for, but our concern always is and will be, how is that translated into the development of our human capital on the island?
The chamber was also relieved to hear that the budget makes provisions for a new airport on the island. Many were unhappy with the last government's decision to go the route of a facelift, given the complaints by some of the major carriers that service the Tobago route.
It's something we've been fighting for. However, we were totally against the 44 million that was approved for the facelift that we are watching happening for over 2 years now.
Nevertheless, the Chamber's president is concerned about taxation and its effect on her members. She fears it will increase the cost of doing business and squeeze the ordinary man. But
we look forward to all the other development plans from a Trinidad and Tobago perspective. We like what we heard with the education system. We like what we are hearing in terms of the medical services and so. The public utilities, lots of things sounded great.
The Chamber says it remains optimistic that all the planned infrastructural improvements on the island will also be complemented by a THA strategy to make Tobagonians more self-sufficient. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Carpathia boasts 4 king-sized ensuite bedrooms with furniture imported from England. And as an added feature, the luxury showers are open air for that outdoors feeling. From the private sector to the tourism sector, many are talking about the allotments Tobago received from the national budget. Here's tourism's take on it.
Tourism is the backbone of Tobago's economy, but in the national context, it's always been a bridesmaid. That's until now.
Madam Speaker, tourism can unleash vast opportunities which will play a critical role in driving economic diversification in the country.
And that's exactly what the hotel and the tourism sector in Tobago wanted to hear.
The Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association has asked that tourism be seen as a main diversification thrust, and that term was used. We do believe that we can contribute significantly to the economy, both in terms of bringing in foreign exchange, but also in servicing manufacturing industries and the service industry to get people employed.
And one way to strengthen the tourism sector is to improve infrastructure. So the plans for a new airport, as stated in the 2015-2016 fiscal budget, is an initiative that's very much appreciated.
Welcome the talk about the airport. A new terminal is what we wanted in the first place, not a renovation of the existing. So that's a plus.
Mr. James is also happy about the plans for the construction of new police and fire stations. And from where he sits, the establishment of a police unit that's specific to Tobago will also help.
It's a long time we've been asking for this. There's a tourism police unit that we want. It's been successful in other areas of the Caribbean, other destinations in the world. It's not specifically for tourism as such. It just has a leaning towards helping us with our tourists if there are problems. And it's on the drawing board. The project has been costed, and that would help us.
The government also announced that it's formulating a tourism growth strategy and reintroducing the Tourism Standing Committee. Mr. James says that's another welcomed initiative because it's an avenue for the island's tourism representatives to collaborate more closely with the Assembly and its Trinidad counterpart. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's now smiles for the TRHA doctors. More on this story after the break. We'll be right back.
The Tobago House of Assembly has a plan, the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, CEDP, and it is for all of us. Are you ready to benefit from higher levels of development in Tobago and a higher standard of living?
We ready!
The priority areas are branding Tobago, clean, green, safe, and serene. Business development and entrepreneurship.
Are you ready?
Human capital development.
I'm ready.
Social development and resilience.
I'm ready.
Improved infrastructure and utilities. Enhanced safety and security.
I'm ready.
Environmental sustainability. Tourism.
Are you ready?
Marine resources and forestry.
Are you ready?
Good governance and institutional reform.
The CEDP is ready. Join us and get on board.
Let's travel the island, straight back to my land, even to Thailand.
Nothing compares to the natural beauty of Tobago's Main Ridge Forest Reserve, but this comes close, and the pond and the sound of the waterfall stirs your heart and relaxes the soul. It's a good day for doctors. After fighting for fair compensation, an amicable settlement has been reached. Omadara Mills tells us more.
This represents the conclusion to the new contract settlements for doctors attached to the Tobago Regional Health Authority, TRHA. It translates into an increase of 9% for the period 2009 to 2011 and a 12% increase for 2012 to 2014.
We agree that this has been outstanding, and it gives us great pleasure to finally do the needful and move forward with the business of taking care of the health of the people of Tobago.
The chairperson representing the medical arm of the PSA, Dr. Gillian Wheeler, expressed her relief that the final stage in the process is now completed.
I would just like to thank the Tobago Regional Health Authority for signing this agreement.
Before signing this agreement, the doctors were not getting the same salary as their Trinidad counterparts. They were receiving 2008 salaries in 2015, despite promises of upgrades. The union is happy this is now behind them.
We, however, look forward to a collaborative relationship with the TRHA and, of course, the management at the level of the CEO going forward in the improvement of the terms and conditions for all workers.
The doctors will start receiving their new salaries by the end of October, while their arrears will begin by January of next year. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
I'm a guest today at Villa Carpathia, and there's much to do here. You may walk out to the golf course which abuts the property. A game room with a pool table is located on the lower level, and on the other side of this villa is a lookout. Now look outward, here comes Tobago. We may not be everywhere yet, but Asia is beginning to hear made in Tobago as more local merchandise enter that market, namely Japan. This is why.
Ted Arthur leather collections are in boutiques in Japan. Apart from purchases on spot in Japan, he also has several orders which have to be shipped back to the country.
And especially the leather bag and all the things here is so amazing.
How did he break through in the Asian market? Well, the Division of Community Development and Culture took local designers to Fashion World Tokyo in Japan to not only showcase their products to an international market, but to gain access to the Japanese market and the rest of Asia. The show is the best platform to enter the market, as Japan is a cutting-edge fashion market that has had sales valued at about $143 billion.
I have a lot of people coming into the booth. The reviews are very impressive. They are quite impressed by the type of work. It's quite different to what they will normally see. So it's a good feeling.
And it was the best place for our designers to be, because products made from high-quality fabrics, one-of-a-kind items and clothing with great details all have good potential in Japan.
It's been going awesome for me. I have a lot of persons interested in my pieces. A lot of persons are fascinated by the type of material I use to create my designs. And so far, I'm getting a lot of support. It's one of my dreams to be here. Always want to be able to export to Japan and China. And here's my dream coming true.
The show also provided an opportunity for the Tobago designers to connect with suppliers who are a source of cost-effective raw materials. It was also a chance to establish links, which is critical to getting their products out there.
We are ready to send our experts to your country and to host students from your country at our school, as we do with many other schools around the world.
The trip was funded by the Tobago House of Assembly and was used as a platform to help new designers showcase their products at an international level. I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
The careful layout of Villa Carpathia includes many different palm trees for shade and privacy, and an advanced security system for your safety. Okay, if 50 is the new 40, then 60 is the new 50, and so on. Many seniors are less elderly and more active later in life. They want to keep living like everyone else, and why not?
No longer are older people in Tobago expected to just stay at home and sit around. For those who move and act like a 30-year-old, they can enjoy any of the 4 senior citizens activity centers to do gardening, exercises, and art and craft. And that work won't remain there. It will go on display at events such as the 2015 celebration of International Day of Older Persons. It's seen as a healthy way for senior citizens to mingle.
This will help them to socialize more when they have these activities, because there are some senior citizens that don't usually go anywhere. And when we have these activities and invite them, they are eager to come out, especially when we are providing the transportation for them.
The aging unit under the Division of Health and Social Services also has other initiatives such as the Golden Apple Program. That's a program that seeks to provide care for older persons in their homes, and the Voices Program, which includes talent competitions and all fours competitions.
The importance is so that they will be active, because if they don't have anything to do or anywhere to go, they will become sick. Because if you notice, the trend of today is that the senior citizens are living longer.
The World Health Organization projects that by 2050, more than 1 in 5 people will be 60 years or older, with over 80% of them living in low to middle income countries. So the activities done by the unit are tailored to facilitate the health conditions and the different stages of mobility of our seniors.
As an example of Mr. Charles, although he isn't walking quite normal as he used to, but his hand is not as normal as it was, but he is so eager to learn that, as a matter of fact, he even made a skirt for his wife.
As of 2012, life expectancy rates for Tobagonians stood at 76 years, 9 years longer than most developed nations. What's more, Tobagonian women are expected to live 4 more years. Said another way, it's projected that they will get to 80 years old on average. That's just 1 year below Japan, a country which enjoys the top life expectancy. The Assembly is happy with these numbers but wants to do more, which is why they're hoping that our senior citizens continue to be contributors to this island's development. I'm Omudara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Outdoor living is really one of the special features of Tobago, and this villa is no different. From inside or on the balcony looking out to leisure time outside, the lush greenery surrounding the property creates your oasis. But sometimes in life you want to move fast, so you jump into a taxi and tell the driver, "Get me to," and quickly, I'm in a hurry. But you do want to get there without incident. So an effort is underway to tighten their driving skills to ensure you get where you want to go safely.
Upon entering your vehicle, adjust the vehicle to your body. Adjust your chair and steering wheel so that you are comfortable. Check all the rear view and side view mirrors. Make sure to eliminate as many blind spots as possible.
All these are driving practices that form part of the defensive driving training targeting local taxi operators. The idea behind the program is to improve road safety and reduce accidents on the island. Defensive driving instructor Derek Archer says that taxi operators should develop safe driving habits in order to prevent accidents and save lives.
Your aim or your mission is to prevent
road fatalities, to prevent accidents from happening. Just remember that you are in this class, you have signed on to that. So we all sign on. Yes, prevention. Our aim from today is to prevent accidents, to save lives.
And the participants intend to do just that by putting into practice what they have learned.
Seatbelt is a very important thing to wear. I had never liked it, but in this course now tells me, well, seatbelt is important. And I also encourage my passengers who I'll be traveling with to wear their seatbelt.
For instance, the signal, entering the intersection, you're wrong when you enter the intersection.
The amber light doesn't mean to just speed up and go through. The amber light means to stop.
Defensive driving not only helps taxi operators to improve their driving skills and reduce the risk of accidents, but it will also improve the customer service experience for their local and visiting passengers.
Smile when they come into your taxi. I learned all that here. Also respect. Must respect your customers. I think I will have more to offer my customers, and I think they will feel safer with me once I put all that I've learned today into practice.
With the defensive driving training, taxi operators are now better able to drive safer on the roads. From the Division of Tourism and Transportation, I'm Juliet James reporting for Let's Talk Tobago.
You don't even have to get into the pool or adjoining jacuzzi to enjoy it. You could just watch it. It's beautifully heart-shaped, and at night it lights up in multicolors. When you provide a quality product and great service, chances are good that you may be recognized by your colleagues in your industry. Caroline Wallace tells us about an award-winning hotel.
A name has a big impact on your entire business. So it's no shocker that Chic Boutique Hotel and Conference Center has been named the Small Hotelier of the Year in Trinidad and Tobago. The hotel lives up to its name with an attractive reception area, classy furniture, stylish rooms, courteous staff, just to name a few of the amenities offered at its Bon Accord location.
For us, it means that all the hard work that the staff has put into ensuring that all our customers are treated with a red carpet service is working, and we can only grow from strength to strength.
Although the manager believes that it's the hotel's general appearance, along with the services offered, that helped them to cop this award, he says he also cannot discount the way in which guests are treated as a big part of what makes the place a standout from the others.
The service from our staff is second to none. We have gone through a very detailed training program with our staff on inception and when they hired, and we are glad to see that our efforts are bearing fruit.
But winning the award is more than an individual accomplishment for the hotel. It's seen as an accomplishment for Tobago, as tourism is on an increase on the island, with the total estimated stayover guests being over 500,000 for 2014. He says the establishment of Chic means visitors has an additional option for accommodation that's at a high standard. The award ceremony was hosted by the Trinidad Hotels, Restaurant and Tourism Association. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Singers, songwriters, musicians, multinational business owners, and dignitaries have all been invited to stay here. You're in good company at Villa Carpathia. It was another great competition for riders from around the world, especially the Caribbean region. And we've captured some of the standouts from this year's Tobago International Cycling Classic.
The Tobago International Cycle Classic and the UCI Tour of Tobago started and ended in fine style as Caribbean riders claimed victory in both categories of the event. Jamaican Marlo Rodman of Team PSL claimed his first Tobago International Cycle Classic title after the fourth and final stage at Scarborough. The 2014 Jamaican Commonwealth Games representative is no stranger to the Tobago event and is more than happy for the victory this time around.
I've won big races before, but this is a stage race where it's over 4 days, so to get the yellow jersey at the end of it is a really big deal for me and for my team at PSL. So I am really grateful for it, and I will keep this with me for the rest of my life, and next year I'll come and try to do the same again, I hope it works out.
Dominican Republic Norlando Tavera from Team Foundation placed second, and Barbadian Darren Matthews from Team Cocos secured the third spot. Although the cyclists also participated in the UCI 1.2 Tour of Tobago, it was last year's second-place finisher Dominican Republic Adeline Felix Cruz who completed the grueling 115-kilometer race around Tobago in first place. 2012 champion Darren Matthews was able to complete the climb in second place, while Frenchman Aurelien Daniel took the third spot. Darren Matthews says he's satisfied with his performance under the pressure of the humidity.
The goal was to win it, but beaten but not disgraced. You know, still got a second, so this year has been a lot better for me, a lot better than previous years.
As the Tobago International Cycle Classic came to an end, it also signaled the end of an era for well-known Tobagonian cyclist Emile Abraham. Noted champion of the Tobago International Cycle Classic, Emile Abraham finished in the top 10 of the International Cycle Classic and the top 20 in the UCI Tour of Tobago as he had his last ride in the event he took part in from a tender age of 11.
I didn't have the best score. I stuck in there. And today, for me, there was 100+ cyclists in the race. For me today, nobody mattered but myself. I wanted to finish the tour. I've had a really good career. And it was all about finishing. And I think I made it in the top 20, but nothing else mattered but to finish my last Tobago International Cycling Classic.
For the past 23 years, Emile Abraham has represented Trinidad and Tobago internationally and will do so one last time at the upcoming Caribbean Championships in Barbados. From the Division of Tourism and Transportation, I'm Juliet James reporting for Let's Talk Tobago.
Now it's time for you, our viewers, to have your say. Every week we take to the streets to ask you about what matters in Tobago. This week, our question is about the national budget. How do you feel about the measures for Tobago announced in this year's budget? This is what you said.
To me, it's sounding all right. It's sounding okay.
I find it was all right. The gas price, they could do something about it, a little more reasonable because remember the country and all the pressure and the children and them have to pay passage every day,
We want to see what will happen now as the money coming is two Tobagonians, Rowley and London. So we want to see what will happen.
I find it was fair, it was okay.
They were very considerate to senior citizens. I thank them very much.
I find it was acceptable.
I was quite happy that they could add a little more on the pension, so that will benefit me.
I think Tobago has gotten a reasonable share of it.
If everything they said in the budget about delivering to Tobago, if it comes true, I would feel good about it.
That's all for this edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Please email your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program and visit our website at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information. See you next time from a location somewhere near you. Have a safe and productive week.